So apparently to the left, being a grandmother and having a genetic legacy is not empowering. But you know what is? You know what is empowering? Showing your boobs to random men. We have this headline out of Germany per CNN, okay? Woman in Berlin can now swim topless in the city's public pools if they choose to. It is being hailed as a step forward for gender equality in the German capital. Patriarchy-owned epic style, am I right? Oh no, woman can go topless in public. What will sexist, dirty, misogynistic men ever do now? I'm sure they're seething at this right now. At the prospect of seeing topless women in public. I'm sure, you know, the carnal, terrible men are just, they can't believe it. So look, as men, obviously men will, you know, naturally look at that stuff. And I'm not saying, you know, the lust is a good thing, obviously, but this is our biology, right? Men will look at that and they're going to look and they're going to enjoy it. And so believe it or not, feminists, okay, again, mind-boggling, but believe it or not, those pigs of men that you think you just epically owned, many of them are actually quite happy with this decision, okay? That's just the truth. I saw people even saying like, oh, I'm booking a flight to Germany now. Like, really? Yeah, great job, guys. You really destroyed the patriarchy. You really owned the male race on that one. But let me push back from a personal perspective and say something relatively pro-woman that your father clearly never told you, which is that your intimate parts do not belong for the world to see. They are not for the entire world and the entire public to see. Frankly, there are about 4 people on earth who should see your boobs, okay? You, yourself, obviously, your man, your husband, your babies, obviously, and like your doctors when it's necessary. Okay, that's really about it. And again, let me be clear. I don't say that on behalf of the patriarchy. I don't say that on behalf of men, because again, a lot of men want to see that. You think they're mad that like, oh, women are now topless in public? I'm looking out, believe it or not. Okay, I'm such a sexist, I'm a misogynist. I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for your well-being and the state of your soul, okay? That's what we're doing here. It is, even if men enjoy it, which they do, again, you're not owning the patriarchy by doing this, but it is indecent. It is shameful to God. It is bad for your soul. There's no need to do it, okay? Immodesty is not empowering. Freeing the nipple, you may be freeing the nipple, but you're imprisoning the mind and the soul. Do you know why modesty standards exist, people? Why we have this social standard, or at least used to have this social standard of being modest? I know the feminists think that, you know, it's like evil, sexist men trying to hold them down. But that's actually not the truth, okay? Because actually, as a matter of fact, men naturally, we want to see it all, okay? That's like our biological driven instinct as straight men, okay? No, modesty standards exist to protect and glorify the beauty of women, okay? Yes, your body is beautiful, which is why it should be something that is protected and private and intimate, not hoed out to the whole world, not put on display for the whole world to see, Susan. So yeah, shame on you, Germany. We hate to see it. And again, we don't hate to see it because, oh, the patriarchy, right? Nor do we hate to see it because, folks, again, it's indecent and it's bad for the soul. Okay. All right. Well, on here with our next story. So Lauren Boebert, who is one of the more solid Republicans in Congress, but recently Congresswoman Lauren Boebert announced that she is going to be a grandmother, which good for her. That's a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful thing. But because of that, the left is now attacking her, and attacking her very viciously, I should add. Now, in fairness and in context to them, there is a little bit more to the story than that. Good faith, okay, yes, there is more to the story than that. As this liberal tweet points out, hey, I'm a good faith guy after all. Okay, Colorado is 17. Lauren Boebert is bragging about her 17-year-old son getting a 15-year-old pregnant, and that she will be a 36-year-old grandmother. Before you continue bragging, Lauren, better make sure that there are no arrests coming. Gosh, she's pathetic and the hypocrisy is unreal. That tweet has 20,000 likes, by the way. But I would say that the only thing pathetic here is your degree of sheer misery. I mean, what miserable and unhappy people these people are. Look, okay, I know this offends you. I know this is a very controversial statement to say to a leftist, but the truth is that all life is beautiful. That's the truth. All life is beautiful. All life is created in the image of God, and that child, regardless of the circumstances that that child was conceived in, that child is a blessing from God. Now, do we like teen pregnancy? No. Do we like, having kids out of wedlock, out of marriage? No, obviously not. But it is what it is. It happened. Okay, they made a mistake, sure, right? It's not a good thing for them to do, but it happened. You can't take back moves on the chessboard. You can only move forward, right? And so whether she likes it or not, whether she wants to be or not, Lauren Boebert is now a grandma, okay? So what do you expect her to do? What is the morally correct thing to do with that news? She can either still celebrate her grandchild as a blessing from God. She could support her son and help him in raising this new grandkid of theirs. Or she can what? Disown her son? Leave her grandkid to starve? Demand an abortion? What do you want her to do? What is she supposed to do other than say, this is beautiful, life is beautiful, this is a gift from God, I'm going to be a grandmother? What do you want her to say? And, she says, as you can see, all pro-lifers are hypocrites. Well, what's hypocritical? They're not getting an abortion. They're committing to having the baby, okay? And you guys always say, oh, well, you guys are only pro-life until the womb, and then outside of the womb, you're not pro-life. Well, here she is, committing to helping out her son and being supportive and helping out here, celebrating life. And you attack her for what? For not disowning her son? Not throwing a 17-year-old under the bus for making a, admittedly dumb life mistake? Come on, people. Let me say it again, okay? Controversial statement, I know. All life is a blessing from God that is to be celebrated. And I even had to argue this with some right-wingers. You had some people coming after me saying oh, well, he's having a kid out of wedlock. That's degenerate, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is. I agree. I wasn't saying it's not, okay? But what I'm saying, I'm not saying that it's a good thing that, they fornicated and having this, whatnot, right? That's not what we're celebrating. But again, I will reiterate, you can't take back actions. You can only go forward in life, okay? So you can stand there and attack people, but they can't go backwards. And the current situation is this teenage girl is pregnant. So what are we going to do about it? She can either leave her kid and her grandkid to starve or out to dry and fend for themselves, or she can help them and celebrate the blessing that God has bestowed on the Boebert family. What do you want them to do? And I don't expect the left to get this because they don't care about life, right? And so to them, what is a teenage pregnancy? Well, it's an inconvenience. They're in high school, all that stuff. So screw the life, disregard the life. But come on, guys, I expect better from right-wingers. We shouldn't have to debate this. You know what I mean? Shout out here, though, to Jennifer Melton for sticking up for me here in the comment section. These folks are morons. We teach our kids that having kids out of wedlock is bad. Yes, absolutely. Correct. It is bad. But if it happens, we will support them. The funny thing is, if we didn't offer support, these people would be vilifying us. Also true. They'd say, oh, well, you're only pro-life inside the womb. All these people do is constantly pivot on issues. And it's so true. Again, I don't think this should be hard to understand. I think a fourth grader could understand the level of nuance here. Yes, having kids out of wedlock is bad. Yes. You know what I mean? That stuff should be done in the context of marriage. But if it happens, we still love our kids and we love life as pro-lifers, okay? Again, I don't think this is hard to understand. Hey guys, Vince Dow here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from our show. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to check out our other clips and check out the Vince Dow Show live every weekday of the night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This has been the first week of the show. It's been going great. The people have been loving it. So again, 8 p.m. Eastern Time live Mondays through Fridays here on YouTube. You do not want to miss it. Thanks and God bless.